here we're back online, and we've also collected all of the different things from the Fixmas calendar now. We are kind of going to be going through and doing a little bit of planning, I guess. You can see we've built that there up, so let's have a look over this here way. We have the train station up there, and you can see we've kind of been working a little bit on our blueprinting, etc. So what we're going to do here is we're going to clear the designer. We're going to collect all this stuff, and now we're going to dismantle this. We also want to get all of these different things dismantled a little bit. So let's see. Upload this here. Fix-It coupons, definitely want to upload them. Can't store any more of that. So let's go and have a look over this way. See what there is. So, into here, configure MAM. What do we got? Oh yeah, let's see. No hard drives at the minute. But I think what we should be doing is trying to set up Railway from here. Let's do Railway Auto Connect. So yeah, you here, we're going to try and get you to turn around this way. And run along here. Try and get this going the same kind of thing. Okay, so the railway track is too long there. Let's see. In here, take you around and down this way. Track is too long. Let's get this going like this. You are going down this way. We're gonna, yep, we can get you to here nicely. So you, we want going down this here way. Railway track is too long, too steep there. This should be fine. So you are going to connect all the way down to here. What we want is we want to chainsaw this out of the way. So let's go for bio. Solid biofuel. Perfect. Give me enough to chainsaw this stuff out of the way. Right. Can we get this set to area? Maybe it's because I don't have enough inventory space. Let's try this. Okay, so that did cut multiple things. That is not getting cut. Very peculiar. Yep, that is gonna require an obelisk, I think. So the coal from here is gonna have to be dealt with. So we want this area down here to have 4x4 raised concrete grid. But let's go first off for foundations. Let's set up some of these here. And this is going to be used as our basis for, nope, wrong thing, blueprints, 4x4 raised grid. Right. So, we want this going over to here. Okay, vertical nudging. Right, that is that bit done. So now we can do this, and we want raised concrete grid. Let's do the snap here, and we want maybe a 3 grid or something. So let's try this with a grid like this and see what it do. So, okay. There's 1 and 2. I guess we'll do the 4 grid. And let's see. So this is all the coal power plants, etc. You are not going to work like that. So instead, let's try this, and that worked. There we go. Okay, so we want a freight station. So let's see. It comes out the left side, wherever it's going. So it needs to load in from this here left side, and then turn around to go in via the right. So this here, let's put you here, and then I want 3 freight platforms, and then we're gonna load in from this here way. So it's not quite the ideal. Actually, maybe do we do 4? Can 4 work for this? Let's go transport and railway. Yep, that works like that. So now what we got to do is get this to go around. So you are... Whoop. Okay, damn it. Capture card crashed. Which is unfortunate. Hang on, give me 1 wee second, folks. I just have to check and see. I think this capture card has seen its days, possibly. It is like 10 years old, so let's go ahead and deactivate and reactivate. Okay, yep, there we go. So, railways, you over here, try and connect to this. And then you go like this. So, we've created a railway line. This here has no power. Max consumption of 950 megawatts. So let's go to this here, power line. And we want a power line from somewhere along here to feed it. Alright, let's try this here. Whoop. Hang on. Okay, that could feed this. So let's try it. And we'll see. Max consumption is massive. So, we're going to need to set up. You know, while we let other stuff get set up. Should we... Yeah, maybe some of those should be fed into there. I think that might be something we can look into. First, let's go, and we're actually going to set up a blueprint constructor. Blueprint Designer Mark 1. Ooh, something is definitely fucky. A little bit weird in terms of, yep, the mic quality and everything. That is concerning. So all of this here stuff, maybe we do just set this up as a basic thing here. No, let's put it up along this side. So, over to here. Build this here. Do a little bit of decactusing. There we go. A little bit more of this here. Right. What I want is hypertubes. So right, I want a hypertube branch. Where is the front? Right, so this here is the front. So we want this here, hypertube. From here, I want you to feed out to here. Like this. And now, let's see. Transportation, I want a hypertube entrance. Okay, that's not the right thing. Right, okay, let's see. So you go to here. Now, what I want here, transport. I want a hypertube branch. And let's see. Yep. Let's have it like this. So now I go to here and I want transport. I want this to feed around to here. And I want this to do the same. So I want this in line here. Now, let's go for hypertube support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And into each of these, we're going to do hypertube entrance. Entrance, 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 entrance. So, now, if I go to here, transport, hypertube entrance, we want to place one here. Now, this here, I'm hoping, let's do 2 power poles. I want one here, and one here. You connect to this, to this, to this. You are this, 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 and this. So let's test this here. Test hyper cannon. So, save this here. Now let's try to connect this into a power network. So you'll go to, right, let's see. You're overfilled. You are also overfilled. So right, this here, connect this into here. Okay, cannot be connected to world buildables. So I guess we gotta go to the blueprints and test hypercannon. And we're gonna try and set this up to launch us this way, I guess. So you connect to here. Let's drive this out of the way. Okay, really? That's a no-go then. So, if that doesn't work, let's take this out of the entrance. So let's do these then. Transport. Okay, hang on. So if we dismantle that and try transport, hypertube, you go from here through to auto, maybe? Oh, okay, definitely not. So right, that is support into, let's see. Maybe it has to be small incremental things. So let's try this here. Transportation, hypertube entrance. U, which would connect across to there, maybe? Let's see. Wait, hang on. Let's try and work this out logically. So this here should be an entrance. So transport, hypertube entrance. Then I want a hypertube. It goes from here I want you to go to here. No. I want you... Whoop, to go from here to here. Let's try that. And then we'll see. So, transport, hypertube entrance, here, and here. Let's try you connecting to this, this, and this. So actually, we can maybe get rid of that and just have the one pole. So let's try this here. Blueprint name and use. Let's see, does it work? So, Blueprint Designer, test hypercannon. Test this here. What are you dismantling? Okay. All of that is occupado. Let's upload this, this, and this. So, you... Let's try. Uh-oh. Oh! Well, it
Your
works.
subscription to the function of any and all Fixit property expires the moment it leaves its
Whoopsie.
designated zone.
Um, okay. So, there we go. Achievement unlocked, I guess. Yeah. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and, I think that's getting a buffer saved. I cannot believe that worked. So that's my first time ever making a hypertube cannon, and it worked. Only downside. Okay, thank God. Right. Let's upload this, this, and this, I guess. So, okay, we can upload this, and that should be fine. Move you across to here. Upload these. All right. Okay, so that works like that. I think I need to fix the angle on it, however. I think the angle of it needs to definitely be fixed. So, you are not going to go like this anymore. You instead, we're going to launch you out here. Yep, you're going to go at that kind of an angle. Okay, I